Good evening and welcome to another episode of Meet the Populace. My name is Lady Venkatavyani and I'm your host. The Meet the Populace interviews are interviews of the fantastic members of the SCA we have in the Kingdom of Midrealm. Tonight, I'm joined by Lady Bridget, and I'm actually going to get her to give us her full name. Hi, Lady Bridget. Would you tell us your full name and a little bit about where you play and how long you've been in the SCA?
Hi, I am Lady Bridget O'Brian. I reside in the Shire of Dark River, which is on the western side of Illinois and a little nip out of Iowa. I play there, and I also play quite a bit in the barony of Andlecraig, located in the region of Pentamere. That's pretty much it.
So how long have you been playing in the SCA?
This time around, approximately 4 years.
Okay, so you say this time around. That implies that there's some previous time there.
Yes, there is. I had joined the SCA originally in the early 2000s, and life catches up. The children lost interest, and where the children go, the parents oftentimes must go, plus work. But I'm happy to be back. I'm very glad that I have once again found my home.
Well, I know that we see you quite a bit up here in Andlecraig. So what draws you up here to Michigan all the way from Illinois?
I am a native Michigander. I got dragged to Illinois when I was in second grade, but I still had family in Michigan. I still do have family in Michigan, one of whom resides within the barony of Andlecraig, and so I go up to visit them and was introduced to the wonderful people of the barony, and they are a wonderful whole. They are very welcoming, accepting, friendly, talented, and willing to share those talents. So I love going back.
Well, it's really awesome that you do come up and join us so often. It's always great to see you when you come. So in all your time that you've been in the SCA, what was your first event and what do you remember the most about it?
My very first event that I went to is no longer held. It was a Shire of Dark River event. It was called Murder and Melee. And it was your standard typical summertime camping SCA event with fighting and crafts and a feast with a little twist. There was a clue type murder mystery that you would go around and pick up clues and solve. It was a very fun event. It's the first event that we took the children to, and I do miss that event. But the organizer is no longer part of the Shire, and nobody wanted to pick up the reins for that one. We now have a standard event that we do in February called Courting on the River, and that one is also very fun.
I've actually seen that one and been meaning to get to it, but boy, February is a hard time of year for me to travel.
I do understand it's difficult sometimes for a lot of people to travel, usually because of the weather.
So I like to talk to people about their accomplishments and things that they've done, something that they're proud of. What's something that you're proud of, either that you've made or something you've accomplished? What really catches your heart and makes you feel good?
I'm very, very proud of my garb, my clothing. I have received compliments on them. I really appreciate when somebody does do that, especially if it's coming from somebody who is more experienced than me, has higher level of expertise and honor than I do, and whose opinion I respect. That really does mean a lot, and it's greatly appreciated.
So I see the garb that you're wearing tonight is actually a very, very nice outfit. You want to tell us a little bit about that for somebody that may not be familiar with what you're wearing?
This is Viking. It's basic undergown, sorry, with an apron dress over it. The straps are held with the turtle pins. Were I a wealthier Viking, I would also have drapes of beads to show my wealth, or were I at a ceremonial type of thing, I would have those beads, but this would be more work-a-day.
Well, it actually looks very nice. I think I've actually seen you wearing that particular outfit at events too.
Thank you.
So, you were talking earlier about, some of the people that you've met and that they were so welcoming and everything. In all the people that you've met, who is somebody that has really impacted you, influenced you in the SCA?
There's actually quite a few. Her Excellency Zubeida has been a mentor to me, and I was very honored that she took me as an apprentice this past February at St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Mistress Lucrezia is also an inspiration and a mentor to me. And as far as people who just inspire me to want to be a better person by being the friendly, giving, caring people that they are, yourself is one of them. Lady Lassar and Lady Lucrezia Nata.
Well, thank you. That's an incredible compliment, and that's a heck of a list. I've met all those people, and they're all really, really great people to hang with and be influenced by. I love them, everyone. So, you were talking about you were taken as an apprentice by Baroness Zubeida. So, what are you apprenticing for? Is there something in particular that you're hoping to learn from her?
I'm concentrating on Viking studies, Viking society, food, the role of women, their dress. So just knowledge of the Viking society. Zubeida is excellent in giving me direction, helping me find sources, helping to put me in touch with experts in my field of interest. She has introduced me to Mistress Ilaria and several other people who have been inspirational and led me in directions as to where I can find documentation and sources that I need.
I gotta admit, that's quite an undertaking. There's so much information out there and trying to sort it all out. I admire your tenacity. So, during your studies of the Viking, are there any particular activities that you're gravitating to, or what in general do you gravitate to in the SCA?
I love the fiber arts. I love sewing. I have learned to do kumihimo. I have also started to play with an inkle loom. I'm hoping to improve my skills with that so that I can start putting designs into my loom. I did actually weave my apprentice belt. It is not the most beautiful of objects, as it was only my second inkle loom project. There are definitely flaws in it, but I look at it as a representation of a Laurel's journey. Starts off extremely flawed and not very well done at the beginning, and by the end, it's looking like it knows something.
I saw
So
pictures of
hopefully
it.
I will someday get to that point where I know something.
I saw pictures of that belt, and it was actually it looked really well done for, you know, your second attempt.
Thank you.
So, you seem to be picking up a lot of things. You're picking up on your Viking skills, you're learning weaving. What is something that you haven't started learning yet that you would like to learn?
Oh, so many things. It would be, I would like to learn to make glass beads at some point in time. I would like to learn tablet weaving. Some of the things that I want to learn, I need to master another skill first to be able to get to that point. Hand embroidery eludes me.
Oh, I hear that one. So, what do you feel like, though, that at this point that you're known for?
Feeding people.
Really? Would you care to tell us a little bit more?
I am just one of those people that I express my affection for my friends through food. I like to make people happy through food. So when I go to an event, if lunch is not provided, or even if there is a lunch provided, I will intentionally, I admit, take way too much food for myself and just, start feeding people, my friends, random passersby. I have actually taken as my motto, nobody goes hungry.
You know, I've actually participated in a couple of your lunches, and yes, you put out quite a spread. It's very impressive.
I kind of almost think of them as mini feasts.
There you go. A little snacking for everybody. So that's what you feel like you are known for. Is there something that maybe by the time your SCA time is over, you would like to be known for?
Kindness and tolerance. Sometimes as people, we can be judgmental, whether it's judging the authenticity of something somebody has done or is wearing, or something that they have made or prepared. I would like to think that if there is critique, that I would be able to deliver it in a way so that the person would be able to take it as education, instruction, and not as just trying to be judgmental and putting their work down.
And sometimes, gentle critique can feel different than what was intended. So it's a definite skill to be learned. So you do pretty well. You've helped me a few times, and I appreciate it. So, of all the things, though, that we see and we enjoy, we watch, what is something that a craft or a skill or an entertainment that you are just absolutely fascinated by, but you don't yourself practice?
Scribble arts. My penmanship is horrible, and I need a ruler to draw a straight line. About the only way that I can draw is if I'm drawing a pattern. And some of the performing arts. I was in choir in school, but I don't feel that I am up to standards of what I have observed in the society, and certainly don't feel comfortable putting myself out there.
I I understand that completely. I don't join in the group songs because my cat could sing better. But I love listening. I do. So during all these things that you've been learning, this journey that you've been on in the SCA, what's the greatest challenge you feel like you've faced in your time?
Time, finances. I want to do everything, and patience, because becoming competent at some of these skills is a journey, and sometimes I can be impatient and I want to be able to do it to the level that I have observed somebody else do it, and I feel like I should be able to do it now. And life is not like that. You have to practice. You have to take that journey to reach the destination. And the other thing is to have the patience to stop and enjoy the journey. So that's probably the biggest challenge.
Sometimes I think that patience is the hardest thing. You know, it's everybody wants to be good right now, and boy, does it take a lot of work.
Yes, it does.
So what's a lesson that you would like others to learn from the SCA? I mean, there's so many lessons to learn in this organization. So what's something that you would really like others to learn?
Once again, the patience, the kindness, and the tolerance. The society is a group, we're a family of so many different peoples. We have different ethnic backgrounds, different political backgrounds, different social backgrounds, and the society, for the most part, is very, very good about embracing that and being tolerant of everybody's differing viewpoints. So that is an excellent lesson for anybody to learn.
I think that's one of the things that I enjoy the most about this SCA is that they are so accepting of so many different things. It's, especially for all of us little socially awkward weirdos. There's a little bit of that in all of us.
I think so.
So we are getting close to the end of our time. But I have one question that I always ask everybody at the end, and that is, if you could nominate somebody for a Meet the Populace interview, who would that person be and why?
I have thought about this, in all honesty, and there's actually a few that I would like to nominate. If you would like to get in touch with them, Lady Lassar, who has autocrated Winter Revel 2 years in a row. She is amazing and managed to pull off an event despite working crazy hours. Lucrezia Nata, who I believe is a Barony of Andlecraig officer. She is also an amazing person, very accepting, kind, friendly. And then the other one would be Haroon, who was one of our poetry champions under the reign of Seto and Inez. He is such a talented gentleman. So he is also a very amazing person.
All right. Well, thank you for those names. We'll see how many we can fit in. And I want to thank you again for being here with us tonight. It's been a great pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And this has been another episode of Meet the Populace. Meet the Populace is meant to showcase our great people in the Midrealm. And if you would like to nominate somebody for a Meet the Populace interview, please send that information to the email address on your screen. Also, if you have topics or questions that you would like to see featured in a Meet the Populace episode, you can send that information there as well. Thank you once again for joining us and for supporting Meet the Populace and Children of the Dragon. Thank you again, Lady Bridget. It's been a true honor.
Thank you.